Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to another D-Pad Discourse. Took a break for E3, but now I'm back for another edition. This edition will be for the week that started on June 22nd, 2014. Alright, well, pricing came out for PS Now, at least for the PS Now beta. And overall, the prices are pretty ridiculous in my opinion. In terms of PS Now, the PS Now service, I'm personally not interested in streaming games just due to the possible lag that can happen when you're streaming games, and I'll much rather choose to play games either on a disc or downloaded to the hard drive, so I wouldn't have to even think about lag at all. But anyway, I still think that this streaming service is cool because you have access to such a huge library of games, and you could get to those games in just a snap. But these prices, at least for the PS Now beta, are insane to me. They range from 4-hour rentals all the way up to 90-day rentals, and you can't keep the game forever. You can't keep it as long as you have the PS Now service. You have to, well, the max as of right now with this PS Now beta is 90 days, and I believe it's $5 to rent a game for 4 hours, and it goes all the way up to, I believe, $20 to rent a game for 90 days. And $20 for 90 days, I mean, these games are on PS Now are pretty old games. You could buy a game at a game store like GameStop. You could buy a game that's as old as these games that are up on PS Now for cheaper than $20. So it overall just doesn't make any sense to me, the pricing. I would rather just, again, since I'm not interested in streaming, if anything, I would give streaming a chance if the prices were acceptable, at least to me. I would, just test it out just to see how well it works, but at these prices, I won't even try it out. So we'll see what happens. There's a lot of feedback from a lot of people saying that these prices are too high, so we'll see if Sony will change them up soon. But overall, I don't think they will, because the publishers, they need a cut from these games too. So I think what we're seeing now is how it's going to be for a while, at least when the PS Now service finally releases to the public. Alright, and in other news, Mario Kart 8 sold 2 million in less than a month period, which is great news. This is the biggest selling Wii U game, and it's great. I mean, Mario Kart 8 has given the Wii U a boost, not only in sales but also in the system's popularity, because the game has had so much publicity, and a big part of the publicity for Mario Kart 8 was due to the Mean Luigi meme that's online and on YouTube, and that gave the game a bit of a boost in popularity. And the meme was also on popular TV shows as well as news stations too, so it gave the game more popularity than it already was going to get due to it being just Mario Kart. So it's good to see a Wii U game do really well in sales. We'll see in these upcoming weeks whether or not those great sales for Mario Kart 8 will be shown if the great sales for Mario Kart 8 will help the Wii U sales, the console sales. We'll see whether or not the console sales have a decent boost for this past month in these upcoming weeks. But overall, it's good to, like I said before, it's good to see a Wii U game do well. And 2 million in less than a month, that's pretty much 1/3 of the Wii U user base. So you can say that 1/3 of each and every person in the world that has a Wii U has Mario Kart 8, and that's great. So we'll see how well the game continues to do. Pretty sure it's going to do well pretty much all year, especially in the fall and holiday season when it gets the inevitable boost due to it being, or like I said, the holiday season and people getting the game and the Wii U system for Christmas for their kids. So it's going to be interesting to see how well this game does, and it's going to continue to sell well for well, it'll probably continue to sell. I don't know if it will sell well, but it'll continue to sell for multiple years because there won't be a new Mario Kart for a pretty long time. So this game will continue to sell well for the majority of this, well, excuse me, not well, but continue to sell for the majority of this gen. Whether or not it will sell well is, is yet to be determined, but we'll see what happens. Overall, this is good news for Nintendo, and they should definitely be happy. Alright, and to end off this edition of the D-Pad Discourse, news came out about Gran Turismo 7. It's been said that the game won't come out in 2014, and that shouldn't be surprising to anybody. There wasn't any announcement for Gran Turismo 7 at this year's E3, so that shouldn't be surprising. Also, Sony isn't going to release Gran Turismo 7 when they have Drive Club. I mean, Drive Club will be greatly affected if Gran Turismo 7 released this year, since nobody will buy Drive Club really. They'll just get Gran Turismo 7. But anyways, news came out that Gran Turismo 7 will still be using standard cars and premium cars instead of having all the cars be of the same detail. And personally, this is really upsetting to me as somebody who was a big fan of Gran Turismo, or who used to be a big fan of Gran Turismo during the PS1 and PS2 days. Those Gran Turismo games were great to me. Gran Turismo 1, 2, and 3 were fantastic games. 4 was a solid game too, but I'll say that was a point in which the series kind of drifted away, kind of became more about visual presentation and back of the box features, like this great number of cars or this great number of polygons in the car, instead of just being about fun racing. So this news about Gran Turismo 7 seems like it's gonna continue on in that path of it being more about back of the box features, like we have all these number of cars instead of just focusing on racing. But we'll see what happens. It's too soon to say, but I just miss the days in which Gran Turismo was top of the line quality throughout the whole game. Each and every car was the same in terms of detail, and it's just sad to me to see the series go down a path in which there is different quality for different parts of the game. Like, I remember back when I played Gran Turismo 3 for the first time in 2001 and just being blown away by that game, because the presentation and the graphics and just everything about the game, there was quality throughout the whole game, the whole Gran Turismo 3 game. There was just quality. There wasn't anything that they took shortcuts on. But with Gran Turismo 7, with this premium and standard car implementation still being in the game series, it just seems like they're taking shortcuts to make this game, and I really want to see a new Gran Turismo game that's just high quality, at least of the same high quality that Gran Turismo 3 was for its time back in 2001. And I really think that Gran Turismo 7 will be make or break, because the Gran Turismos for the PS3, while they were solid games, they pretty much messed up the franchise. I mean, Gran Turismo 6 didn't get any press for its release. Sony pretty much treated the game like it was indie title, because it didn't even say anything about the game when it released. And that's that should be treated as their AAA title. I mean, it is a AAA title. That's one of their biggest franchises. But due to them not really treating it the way they should, the game sales were bad. It was the worst selling Gran Turismo game. So Gran Turismo 7 will definitely be make or break. And if the game doesn't have greatly improved graphics across the board and is high quality across the board, then I think that a lot of people, including me, will just be completely disinterested in Gran Turismo, the Gran Turismo series. So hopefully the game will be good regardless of it still using the standard and premium car implementation, but we'll see what happens. Alright, and that was another edition of D-Pad Discourse. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And like I said before, we took a break for E3, and the reason why was due to me making a E3 review show for the D-Pad. And if you missed it, you can click the link right here. You can see it there. It's a long show, but I put annotations in it so you could see me talk about only one conference if you only want to hear my opinion about one conference, and or don't want to see me talk about all three at one setting. So again, check it out if you haven't already. And until next time, this is Brad Davis. I'll see you right here on the D-Pad Discourse. Alright, goodbye everybody.